That's only a few weeks away. The twinkle in his eyes sparkled just a bit brighter. True, but you could say yes today simply because you have a bit of time to yourself right now to think about it, thanks to the rain, he said with a smile. You did just argue that you've never had the luxury of having time for yourself, did you not? She laughed out loud. I did, and you are an incorrigible master of words, who has an uncanny ability to direct the topic of conversation in exactly the direction you choose. Would you say that's a mark of your character or your profession? She asked, deliberately turning her earlier words back at him. This time, he laughed, out loud. I suspect it's a bit of both. He paused for a moment. You've proven yourself to be quite a challenge during this courtship of ours, just as I suspect you'd be if we were adversaries in a court of law. Your adversary in court? Emma snorted. Assuming I overlook the fact that practicing law is the one domain I would have chosen to claim for myself had it not been refused to me because of my gentler sex, I would be curious. Would you find me to be an odd adversary in court or a remarkable one? She teased, although, truth be told, her inability to pursue her interest in practicing law because she was a woman still created an undercurrent of disappointment. She had come to accept, however, that it was a path God had not chosen for her. Zachary smiled. I'd find you quite remarkable, of course. Emma was fashioning a suitable reply in her mind when droplets of rain began to filter through the canopy overhead. Torn between wanting to leave their shelter to continue their outing before he pressed her again for an answer to his proposal, and the exasperating reality that the weather was becoming far too foul to entertain that notion, she let out a deep sigh. I don't think we can stay here any longer. The rain is getting much heavier. I'm afraid your surprise for me will have to wait, she added, deliberately avoiding any mention of his marriage proposal. You're right, of course. We really should turn back and save our outing for another day. Perhaps I could salvage a bit of our time together by simply telling you exactly what my surprise for you is. Her eyes widened. You'd actually tell me? Yes, I would. More than satisfied with his offer, she smiled at him. Please don't tell me your surprise. I do believe I can wait another day to learn what it is that you've planned for me. You can wait, he repeated, then shook his head as they urged their horses out from beneath the protection of the canopy toward Hill House. You sure? Absolutely. Surprised? She prompted, enjoying the banter that had always been a hallmark of their relationship, although their conversations had become decidedly more personal once they had begun courting. Completely, he admitted. Maybe it's better if I do tell you, he insisted, with his head bent low against the driving rain. What irks you more, that I'm content to wait or that you have to wait to surprise me? She teased. Neither, he said. At the moment, I'm more concerned with how I'm going to explain to your mother-in-law that I let you talk me into venturing out today in the first place. If you take a chill from riding in this rain, I'll never forgive myself, and forgiveness is not something I'll be likely to receive from your mother-in-law either. That's not true, she countered, as their horses plodded slowly toward home. Mother Garrett will forgive you rather quickly because she'll be too busy telling me, I told you so. Emma smiled. After living with her for over 30 years, I've grown accustomed to the fact she's almost always right. With our outing canceled today, though, I'm not certain how much longer I can bear her teasing about this surprise of yours, she admitted, and shook her head. How a woman who hasn't been able to keep a secret for the better part of her 70-odd years has been able to keep yours so well is a wonder I can't begin to fathom. Your mother-in-law knows how important my surprise is, he insisted. Indeed.